Alright guys, this video is going to be about deciding, once you reach the Keep 40 level, you're going to have to make a decision on what your medium to long-term plans are going to be when it comes to increasing your keep level or making your T15 troop buildings. So basically the reason why you have to make a decision here, well, there's a couple reasons. One, the T15 troop buildings cost an exorbitant amount of resources. Two, the second reason is that your biggest percentage buff increases that you can get come from the military academy. And military academy level 6 and 7 stuff is even better than anything that came before it. So the decision is, do you want to go to? I've seen a lot of people recommend to go to Keep 42. The decision is, do you want to go to Keep 42, have the bunch of military academy extra percentages, have 2 spots on your rally spot for larger marches, and I think you get like another 50% march size for military academy 6 and 7 stuff. Do you want to have that with T14 troops, or do you want to spend like $500 billion of each resource to get your T15 troop buildings? So it took me like a month to decide what I wanted to do, like while I was saving up resources to either do the next keep level or the troop buildings. Of course, you got to do the walls also each keep level, so that's a significant amount. If you wanted to, so the decision when I was at 40, it was, do I want to do more troop buildings? I did mount it just so I could kill the big boss monsters without using a march size increase. But after that, I was deciding if I wanted to do another troop building next, or if I wanted to increase my keep, because I was thinking, military academy stuff, significantly higher march size at T14 troops. Like, that's just as good as T15 troops, right? Well, so that's a dilemma that took me like a month to process and come up with a conclusion. And I'll tell you the reason why I made my decision to do the troop buildings. So like where I'm at right now is I have my embassy upgrading to 40 right now. I need to do my war hall to 40, and then my workshops at 39. So I'm doing my T15 siege next. So the reason why I'm going to do my other troop buildings first instead of going higher keep level is because I was virtually out of tactic scrolls completely. So like the stuff at MA5, completing the stuff in Military Academy 5, so the level of the Military Academy that unlocks when you keep 40, all that stuff is significantly more expensive in tactic scrolls than all the previous stuff was. So you would either want to, if you want to go up to K42 instead of doing your other troop buildings, when you hit K40 and you get MA5, you don't want to burn through all your tactics scrolls unlocking all that stuff, because it's going to use all your tactics scrolls. So like I've virtually used all my tactics scrolls. I might have like 8,000 or something. But like, let me see if I have any more ranks of this stuff left. Well, this is only that's only 171, but that's not even. This is the stuff on the left. 206. Not a lot. Some of this stuff is like, some of these ranks just for one rank of something, close to level 20 or 25 or whatever, was like 1,600 tactic scrolls. It was crazy expensive. I've managed to get all the stuff that I want for now in MA5 done. Like I have everything on the right done, and I have all the large blocks done, which is pretty good. And then I just have the stuff on the left that's required to go further down. I just have it at level 8 or whatever its requirement was. So you'd either want to, when you get to K40 MA5, save a lot of those tactic scrolls and only get the military academy stuff that you really need, like the march size increase at 40. One of these is march size increase. It's in the siege machine formation. It must be this one. No, not that one. Array 3. Oh no, I did the capacity to. Okay, so 30%. You get 30% more. So yeah, you'd either want to do that, save those tactic scrolls, and then go to K42, or you can use all your tactic scrolls are saved up, because going up to K40, you're gonna have a lot of tactic scrolls. Like I had, I had more than 200,000 tactic scrolls when I hit MA5, and I used them all, and then I used some more past that, and I still don't have everything. Like I still got some of these sections with earlier stuff before MA5 that's not done. I got most of the MA 1 through 4 stuff done, but yeah, here's one. Like this is, what is this? Yeah, this is MA4 hospital capacity. I mean, really, I don't want the hospital capacity. All that's going to affect me is during before SVS, I'm going to have a larger hospital I need to fill. So it's actually going to cost me resources. Um, I don't have a ground march set up yet for PvP, so I probably will want to get these ranks at some point. Don't really need the deserter capacity. There's some stuff you don't really need. Here's some more hospital capacity. But there's a few more things I still need, but I basically have everything up through MA5 that I really need, and I'm saving all my tactic scrolls for now. I'm just gonna build my troop buildings. I mean, it's gonna take me another month before I can build my siege machines, and then it's gonna take me another like 2 months each for the other two troop buildings. Because most people like when you get to K40 and you're thinking about doing your other troop buildings, your current troop buildings are probably at like level 35 or something. So you need all the resources to go from like 36 to 40, and level 40 is just a complete punch in the nuts, because it's more than 3 times the cost that level 39 is for each building. I think each building is exact same as far as how much it costs. But like to do the siege machines, I got to do the war hall. I got to do the war hall in the embassy, right? So like the last level of these, they're the same price, I think. The timer's different, but they're the same price. But yeah, it's like 20 billion of each resource for level 40. So that's 40 billion of each resource just for the last level. I forget what it was before this. It was something like 13 billion of each resource. But it's going to cost you, to do the embassy, war hall, and the workshop all the way to 40 from like 35. You're talking like it's probably like 170 billion of each resource, and that's before you even make a single siege machine. But that's all right. So that's what I'm doing. That's kind of what I was thinking about for like a month, trying to make my decision. And then when I realized I was completely out of tactic scrolls, I was like, okay, well I can just save up tactic scrolls for the next 5 months while I'm unlocking these troop buildings. And then as soon as I hit MA6, I can get everything I want from MA6, and then I can go on from there. But as far as like, in my opinion, as far as like getting to a certain keep level and then building building a massive amount of troops, like all you ever do with your resources is build troops, K42 is a pretty solid. That's a pretty solid keep level to get to, and build troops from there. But so that's my plan, like in the long term, right? Like after I have all my troops built, get to K42, and then all I'm gonna do is build more troops. I'll build more troops for like the foreseeable future, because there's no point in like trying to get like T16 troops, because then you're gonna have to each one of these troop buildings from like 41 and up, they don't cost too much more than the previous. I mean, 45 might cost a significant amount more, but yeah, like this isn't too much. It's like 5 or 6 billion more level 41 stables. It's like 5 or 6 billion more of each resource, but you're gonna have to do 5 levels of that to get the 300 something billion, probably 400 billion of each resource, just in the troop building before you even build any T16s. And the keep level, the wall levels, get the K45 is just crazy. I think getting 40 to 42 is I think that's a good solid goal, like for anyone to try to like obtain eventually. And I spend a reasonable. I, I'm definitely a medium to high spender. I'm not. There's some mega whales in this game. I'm definitely not a mega whale. Like there's a big difference between the top spenders of this game, and like I'm definitely in the 1%, the top 1% of spenders, but the top 10% of that 1% is like a crazy amount more. It's like 3 to 5x more, 10x more in some cases. Some people spend so much, like they have to obtain every single thing you possibly ever comes out. Every rank 3 castle, every subordinate cultural red city. Like some people spend a crazy amount, like I've had months where I've spent 6 grand. Some people are spending 6 grand in the 3 days of a cultural event, if not more, on Continent 6. I'm not going to go after any of those cultural cities for like a couple years. Like if I'm still playing this game a couple of years from now, but like I've seen on the older continents, the here I'm going off on a tangent about a completely different subject, but I've seen on the older continents the amount that people are spending in the price competition is much lower than Continent 6, just because people have been playing the game for years. People have obtained these subsidies, these red subsidies over time, less people bidding them up, the less people in the pool, et cetera, et cetera. So when I do start trying to go after a red subsidy a couple years from now or whatever, once I start trying to obtain them, I if I want to obtain several of them, I can get that. They have one every 2 weeks. They got two a month, so I can obtain them in a pretty short amount of time once I want to try to do it. But right now, you got to on Continent 6, you got to spend like over. Well, let's just look at. Let's just. This is the second day. So the first day is always the highest, right? Because if you don't get those 10 frags the first day, the next 2 days you're gonna have a hard fucking time. So let's see where we're at on the second day. So this is the second day. So this is less than. Let's see. I think it's a million is 2,000. I think a million points is 2,000. So no one's over 2,000 for the uh, for the day. So that's not too bad, because I think that's what it is. 250,000, or wait, a million is 4,000. I mean, you get 25,000 points, right, per 100 pack. So 10 packs is 250. Yeah, so a million would be $4,000. Okay, so everyone over 500,000 has spent $2,000 in one day of the 3-day event. And we also there's an incredible amount of servers in Continent 6. 1151 and up, but like I don't know how many servers there are, but look, server 1691, 1151, that's 500 something, that's 540 servers right there. Well, no other continent has close to 540 servers. Look at this one. This one only has 249. We got more than double. We got more than double. Oh, you know what it is? Is because the cultural, yeah, the cultural cities are not 6 continents yet. It's 5 continents. It's 5 continents. So once they change this to 6 continents, it'll be significantly easier. I mean, you can basically cut everybody's bids in half of what they'll need for the same rankings. So yeah, once they split up the historic cities into 6 continents, I might go after one. I might go after one then. But yeah, that was just a little bit about. I mean, you're gonna have to make a decision once you get to K40. You're gonna have to make a decision on what you want to do, and I think the fundamental, decision making thing will be how many tactic scrolls do you have? That will be the decision maker. That will be the decision maker. How many tactic scrolls do you have? Because when I I got like I spent, so this is also a significant amount of gold. I spent like 35 billion gold, and like all my tactic scrolls I had when I hit MA5, and I was only able to get like half the stuff. I ran out. I didn't even get all the big blocks. But I showed what I do have in the military academy, and I can show my tactic scrolls. I mean, I've been killing a shit ton of yimmers recently. Oh, I should open all these up for T1 for more T1 troops. Well, where's my tactic scrolls at? I think I got like 10K maybe. Aren't they in here? I think they're in here. Tactic scroll, yeah, special. They're in the special tab. What's that? Oh, Dragon Battle Cane? I haven't killed any monsters today. I gotta kill some more monsters. Oh, right here. Okay, I got 12,000. I got 12,000. There's probably a website somewhere that tells you how many total tactic scrolls you need for each military academy level. That'd be nice. That'd be a nice number to know. I'll have to research some of the wiki sites and see if that's listed, and then I can just stake keep 40 and bank resources until I have like whatever's required for MA6, and then go to keep 41. Right? I can do it that way. That'd be a good way to do it. But it's definitely going to be more than this. I know the stuff's cheaper. I think the stuff on average is like the stuff at MA5 at keep 40. That stuff was like 3 times more expensive than anything from the prior levels. Because I had never run out of tactic scrolls or even had to look at like how many tactic scrolls I had from keep 36 to 39. It was never an issue. And then I got to keep 40, and I remember having a shit ton of gold, and I was just like purchasing like everything I wanted, and then all of a sudden there's a red number. I was like, God damn, I'm out of taxes scrolls. I was like, what? I was just complete. I had like 200,000 something of them. Just fucking used them all. Used them all. So yeah, watch out for that. Depending on what your plans are. I mean, it is tempting not to do those troop buildings. Like if I had a significant number of taxes scrolls and it wasn't an issue, it is tempting to just go higher keep level, get higher, because with the resources that you would have used to get those T15 buildings, if you didn't make any of the T15 buildings, you could go to Keep 42, do all the military academy rally spot. You don't have to do the regular academy anymore, and you'd still have probably 100 billion of each resource left to build more troops. It's tempting to do that. Have a much higher march size and just have T12 to T14 troops. Not worry about the T15s. It's tempting. Like if I had an abundant amount of tactics scrolls, I probably would have done that. All right, so yeah, I wanted to do some discussion about that situation when you get to the K40 level, and kind of what I went through on how I made my decision on what I was going to do. I mean, I basically needed time to collect tactics scrolls, so I might as well make the troop buildings. It's going to take a long time to get the tactics scrolls that I need, but yeah, I think that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.